All right, I'm out here in the rain because we all need these. Regardless of weather conditions, we all need tires. And when I have a chance, I always try to buy American on products. But with all the consolidation in the industry, what's even American anymore in the tire world? Well, today I'm going to investigate that. And stay tuned to the end because trivia for you, what's the largest manufacturer of tires in the world? I'll let you know at the end. So this question actually came up because I like to be brand loyal, and when I can, if there's an equivalent product, I prefer to buy American. And I've been a fan of Cooper tires for over 2 decades now. When I was putting new tires on my car a few years ago, I found myself wondering, is Cooper American or are they still American with all that consolidation in the industry? And I went to find out, and what I found was a mess of consolidations in the industry. It gets pretty complicated, but we can honestly say there are 5 American owned brands right now. Now, one happens to make off-road tires, one makes construction equipment tires, one is a racing tire, the fourth one is a luxury tire brand, which I didn't even know was a thing, and the final one is Goodyear. Well, there's several other brands out there that are quite obviously not American. Hankook, right, is from South Korea, Yokohama, of course, from Japan, you've got Continental from Germany, Michelin, very famously, and the #1 tire seller, not the trivia answer, by the way, from France, and brands like Pirelli from Italy. And there's a ton of tire manufacturers out there, a lot of them, as you can imagine, from places like Turkey or China, with all of their people and their tires. But there's a lot of brands. There's one in particular that you would think maybe are American, but they're not. I'd like to point out Bridgestone. I thought that was an American brand, but it turns out that's an Anglicization of the name in Japan for the company. It's actually a Japanese company. But then it starts to get mixed up. What I'm focusing on here today is American-owned brands, where the brand may have started American, but it's been subsumed into another company. A great example is Firestone, a storied brand here in America, but it's currently owned by Bridgestone in Japan. Dunlop, actually, I thought it was American. It's actually originally Irish. The tires brand is owned by Goodyear unless you're buying a motorcycle tire from Dunlop, in which case it's actually by Sumitomo Rubber, which is also from Japan. And it gets more and more mixed the more you start to look at it. And so what we've got left is that just Goodyear is the American-owned manufacturer of tires. Now, they own a whole bunch of brands, one of which is Cooper Tires, which makes me happy. They also own, for example, Big O, Douglas, Goodyear, Kelly Tires, which I have had before, and Hercules. That's the other one I'm looking for there, which I've at least heard of, and a bunch of other ones I haven't. And some of the brands they do own are more regionally specific around the world. Now, for me, this is both a good and a bad thing. I have used cheap tires when I was younger and poorer, and I've used name brands like Goodyear and Firestone over the years, and I find that I've always had more problems with the more expensive tires, whether it was excessive tread wear, not getting the mileage I expected out of the tire, or separation of the cords in the sidewall of the tire and having to have them replaced. I've had both of those with Goodyears and Firestones, for example, and that's why I went out and I wanted to find a good brand that I could trust, preferably American, and I've had excellent experience with Cooper over the years. They've always been fairly priced, and they've always been good performers for me. Now, nationality is not the most important thing. As a matter of fact, I am preparing to do a video about how I don't think that the current temperature, tread, traction ratings on our tires actually give useful information to consumers. I think it's too basic and too complex at the same time. And in preparation for that video, I actually asked my subscribers a question about how they choose tires. And I didn't say nationality, I did say brand loyalty. And out of 4 options, it ranked absolutely the lowest. Unsurprisingly, what ranked the highest was the mileage rating on a tire and what's on sale. And my results, while totally not scientific, do follow very closely with more scientific studies or bigger studies by like Consumer Reports, but that's an issue for another video. So what I'm left with is that if you want an American tire company, an American tire, well, you've got to buy a Goodyear in one of its subsidiaries. And luckily, I've been doing that all along. Now, I think for most people, the nationality doesn't matter. But like I said at the beginning, if I have a choice between two equivalent products, I'm going to go with the one that hopefully is more American. And that leaves us with the trivia question is, what is the number one tire company in the world? Well, the easy answer is Michelin, because they sell about 15% of all the tires in the world. But that's not actually the right answer. By number of tires sold, the answer is Lego. So they are both the biggest and the smallest tire manufacturer in the world. Hope you found that a little cute. I appreciate y'all being here today. Have a great one.